Well, good morning. Well, I didn't think I'd be back quite so soon. I just wanted to go over some things I did just the other day, off camera, of course. What I did here, even though the chassis, the amplifier, and the radio section were working reasonably well, what you're seeing here is the amplifier and power supply that's mounted directly underneath the changer on this Zenith Allegro. And I checked some resistors, and no problem. And I replaced these, which are the list of possible problematic. Okay, there's 3 power supply capacitors, which is this and this, and then this. Sorry, didn't see that. Okay, there's the difference. I mean, there is the original one, which is 1,000 microfarad at 50 volts DC, and this is a 2,200 microfarad. It's what I had, and there should be no problem with that. In fact, there isn't any problem with doubling up on the value. There, and there replaced. So there's quite a change in technology between the 60s and the next millennia, which we're in now. Okay, I just spotted these 2 up here, which are original, and I may just snip them out and replace them. Everything works absolutely wonderfully. And if I can just scoot the camera up a bit, you can see this is the tuner, which will be the FM front end, the AM front end, all the converter stuff, and RF amp is in here, and then the IF strip. And over here, if I can see what I'm doing here, this will be the multiplex. And up top, if I can get that scooted up there, is actually the volume-based treble and switching for the whole system up here. So there are all the controls snuck in under there. So I had to pull this out in order to clean the controls properly, and they're working well. I still have to get some replacement bulbs in. I think there's 3 total, and 2 of the 3 are gone. Now the other situation, and let me just get this moved down if I can. Okay. And put the there. There we go. All right. So changer, as per the last video, is working quite well. However, when I mounted it in and hooked it up to its own amplifier, the sound from the cartridge was horrific. It was really, really bad. Lots of mechanical noise coming through, and the fidelity was really bad. So I suspected that might be the case because this unit is over 60 years old, and I was surprised that the cartridge actually worked at all. And it did perform reasonably well, although I think I mentioned that I found that the output level was low when I fed it through my bench amp. So what to do was the question. And out of the question is replacing it with a new Zenith 2G, micro 2G cartridge. It's way too expensive, and I can't afford that, period. So what I did, and here's where people might just have problems with what I chose to do, let me get that in frame, is these inexpensive ceramic cartridges, stereo cartridges from you-know-where. They actually perform reasonably well. In fact, in this case, quite well. So I had to modify the head shells, so to speak, so that it would fit in. And what I did, because there's no mount for this kind of cartridge, I used some silicone, and I just glued it in place. Now, the good thing of using silicone is if the cartridge goes bad, you can break the seal of the glue seal that's in there. There's a little pad of silicone in there. It holds it in place, but it can be removed. Now, the downside is there is a nice big hole with a 78 and an LP there. And what I'm intending to do is I have some veneer, wood veneer, that I will cut and trim to size and affix there with some glue, and then stain it black, which would sort of go with the deck coloring there, and that'll at least cover up that. And it sounds, again, it's working well. The mechanism is more than satisfactorily working well. The turntable mat is, while they were never all that flexible, and I really wish they had put a more flexible one in there, I cleaned it up, and it's fine. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So essentially, it's ready to go. The only other thing that I wanted to share, and I'm not exactly sure why this was such a problem, but let me swing this over. This is the bottom of the unit. Now, it covers all the electronics that otherwise would be exposed at the bottom. And it mounts, how can I show this now? Get this way up high. Okay, it mounts underneath and is screwed in. Now, I can show you right now that whatever this plastic, whatever this material is, it is horrendously brittle. This was broken off. This side was broken off completely. There's a crack here and a crack here, and a crack on this end. So what I did was, first of all, I crazy glued it together, and the crazy glue did not want to adhere very well. I'm not sure why the material rejected that. It's particularly not porous, so maybe that was the problem. At any rate, I did get it glued together, but it's not going to be strong enough. So what I did was I took some solid core copper wire, stripped the insulation off, made it into what looks like a staple. So it has two prongs, and then with the aid of my soldering gun, I pushed on it and melted it down in to the material there, there, and there, and there. And then filed it down so it's relatively smooth. It's not pretty, but it's up underneath and it won't ever show. And then I filled all the divots with crazy glue and let it cure. So from this side, okay, then whatever protruded down, I just snipped off. So there's a little bit sitting there. I could file it, but I may not bother. But it's now strong enough to support being fastened up with the screws up into the bottom of the deck. And that's it. So it's ready to go. And that should be fine. No problem now. And we're ready to go. I won't demonstrate the sound. It's not necessary at this point. I've already shown how the mechanism works, and I can't play any kind of music for fear of a copyright hit. So I think basically it's done. Now I have to decide what to do with it. It would be really nice to be able to sell it and move it along to somebody who would like to either get back into vinyl, playing records, or start up with playing records. It's a nice little unit, has AM and FM and the turntable and input for a tape deck or a CD player or whatever else you want to put in there. So it's compact, and I think I showed the speakers that I made to go with it. And they sound, oh, pardon me while I lift one up. They sound really good. I'm not sure whether I can get that to show. Let me tilt it back. That's the surface of it, okay? These are Philips from a Noresco unit, and I took the old surround off, and it just so happens I have 6-inch surrounds in stock, and I glued them in. I made the enclosure for it. I found tweeters from something, I don't remember what, and they work and they sound reasonably good, but the woofer really sounds nice. You know, it's for a 6-inch driver, it has a good, reasonable bass presence. So that will go with it. My big mistake was I thought I'd be really cute and paint this in a red stripe. I'm less than impressed with that. I can't do anything now. It's too cold to go out in the shop, but I might just tape all this off if I still have the unit by spring. I'll tape this all off again and sand this down a bit to get the shine off and then paint it black. I think that's a more appropriate color. I have no intention of making a grill for this at all. I'm kind of fond of seeing the drivers in everything I built. I don't care an awful lot for grills that cover up everything. So at any rate, so this is the short video. This should be the last one for this Zenith, and we'll be moving on to another project. I'm just trying to determine what the next project will be. So stay tuned. We shall be back with something new and hopefully exciting. Okay, take care. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.